Well, hello, everybody. I want to welcome you to Digestion One on One. And I'm so glad that you could be with us. We do have some of you that are on Zoom with us, and we have some that are live streaming on Facebook. And so, welcome. If you're on Facebook, please put a comment in the chat so I'll know that you are here. I'm just really, really excited to have you here. Our digestive system often it gets so overlooked, and it's oftentimes abused. We consume without really ever stopping to consider if our digestive system is supported well. And with the typical foods that are served and offered these days, packaged and processed, most with little or no nutritional value, our digestive system continues to really take a back seat to our busy lives. When the digestive system continues to be unsupported, you can expect to see things like fatigue, skin irritations, headaches, reflux, ulcers, constipation, bacterial overgrowth, and even things like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's disease, and colon cancer. It's certainly not the system that we want to ignore. So today, we're going to stop, make a step in the right direction. We're going to cover the basics, and we're going to get you set up to start making some positive changes in this department. When you take a bite of that apple, what really happens to it? And where does it go from there? What things can you do that cause major damage to your digestive system? And what things can you do to really help it so that you can avoid some of the potential hazards in your body? You're going to find out those things today. So stay with me. I'm Dr. Nozella, Doctor of Education, and I'm really passionate about helping us have the best quality of life by using the safest, most effective, and natural ways that support our bodies and don't just cover up symptoms. When it comes to digestion, I've really had my issues. Since childhood, I struggled with digestive issues most of my life. As a child, I was constantly constipated. Mainly because I was afraid to go to nasty bathrooms when we were traveling. I was afraid to ask my father to stop to use the bathroom when he was in a hurry. I was taught to, quote, hold it when we were in church or at school until there was a more appropriate time to use the bathroom. And I just totally ignored the system. And I have had to retrain myself, and I have had to really work intentionally to repair some of the damage that I've done over years and years and years. But before we dive in, I want you to think about what's your digestive system doing now, and what would you like to really gain from this class? If you want to put that in the chat, I would love to hear from you, or in the comments. Before we get going, remember, this is not intended to replace the advice of your healthcare provider or to diagnose, to treat, to prevent, or to cure any disease. This information is for educational purposes only. Remember, I'm a doctor of education, and I'm passionate about providing you with all the resources you need so you can make the best choices for your health, so you can take charge of your health. So keep in mind, every substance that we consume must go through our digestive system. It's like a river that runs through us, turning food into molecules that all our cells can use for energy, for maintenance, for growth, for repair, and waste products. It brings nutrients in our cells, helps run our metabolism, it makes vitamins, and is closely connected to the function of your immune system. In fact, 2/3 of your immune system is in the gut. This complex web of muscles and organs even sends messages to our brain, and it plays a major role in the endocrine system, where our hormones are, and our cardiovascular system. Kind of think of it like an irrigation system, a large source of water. It gets narrower and narrower as it brings water out to small portions of the field. For optimal health and function of the plants, that water must remain unblocked. And that goes the same for the body. If your digestive system gets blocked and things don't flow as they should, your cells lose their capacity to function fully. You could feel tired and sluggish, experience brain fog, see changes in your skin, and even develop symptoms of illness. Clearly, it's important that we support this system as it communicates with every cell in your body. So let's take a quick trip through the digestive system and see what this marvelous system entails. Let's start with the brain. Even before you take a bite, your brain starts to imagine that what that food will taste like. Your digestive juices, your saliva, the enzymes, the digestive hormones, they start to flow in anticipation of what's to come. And then we have the mouth. The salivary glands soften the food while your teeth chew and increase the surface area of the food. The esophagus, this is the tube that passes food from the mouth to the stomach. At the bottom of it is a little door called the esophageal sphincter, which keeps stomach acid and food from coming back up. The esophagus is about 10 to 13 inches long. Now, the stomach, it's like your blender. Bits of food mixed with acid and enzymes, breaking down even further and turning into a soupy liquid called chyme. And that's about the size of maybe two of your fists when it's relaxed. It holds about 2.5 ounces, but when it expands, it can hold about a quart. Now, the small intestine, this is where your food is completely digested and nutrients are absorbed. It's made of 3 parts, the duodenum, the jejunum, I'm not saying that right, and the ileum. Each section absorbing a different set of nutrients. And do you know what? The small intestine is 22 feet long and it's 1 inch wide. So it's all coiled up in there. You see the food's got to pass through there. Now your large intestine, the main job here is to remove water from what is left in your food. It also absorbs some of the nutrients and it forms your stool. After the stool is well formed, it gets pushed into the descending colon and into the rectum where it exits the body. And that large intestine is 6 feet long. Now it's actually shorter than the small intestine. It's called the large intestine because it's wider. It's 3 inches wide, whereas the small intestine is only 1 inch wide. It's a crazy process, but it's really amazing. So let's talk about how, what you need to do to kind of avoid some of the problems we have. We know how it works, but we need to get some practical information. Okay, what causes your digestive process to break down or malfunction? Well, the main cause is a poor diet. Foods that have added sugar, refined oils and grains, processed food, fast food, fried food, synthetic food additives, and even conventional dairy products have the potential to disrupt that digestive process. Sugar can actually feed the growth of yeast, candida, and bad bacteria. And bad bacteria then creates exotoxins, which cause damage to your healthy cells and can even eat through your intestinal wall, which causes something called leaky gut. Certain tiny particles that should never be able to enter into your bloodstream start to make their way through the intestinal wall, which could lead to a potential laundry list of problems like autoimmune disease, irritable bowel syndrome, food sensitivities, thyroid problems, and even more. Now, the second main cause of digestive dysfunction is toxin overload, which includes a high consumption of alcohol and drugs. Our liver has to process all of these toxins. It detoxifies what it can, but if it can't break it down, it will just store it there and it will store it in other tissues in your body. So things like radioactive substances, pesticides, food preservatives, and dyes can all be stored. Not only can the liver take a beating, but also the intestines are harmed. Unfortunately, there are some medications like antibiotics and non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs. Think about painkillers. They can really irritate the intestinal wall. Antibiotics can also reduce the good bacteria in your gut, which you really need to support your immune system. You need the good bacteria to support that. Now, the third main cause of digestive dysfunction is chronic stress. I know this isn't necessarily a food or a substance, but it can play a major role in how your gut functions. Stress weakens your immune system, and it can reduce your ability to fight off things like viruses and bad bacteria. Sometimes we get so used to living with chronic stress, to living with high cortisol levels, that we think this is normal, and we don't realize the toll that it's really playing on your system. So that's the bad news, okay? Let's talk about some ways to help your digestive system. First, simply chew your food well. I didn't learn to do this. I always felt like I was in a hurry when I had to eat as a kid. You only had so much time at lunch, so much time, and you wanted to go out and play. But if you aren't chewing your food thoroughly, the rest of your digestive system will have to work harder to get it broken down. Chewing can help reduce the gas and indigestion as well. It even stimulates the parotid glands to release hormones that stimulate the thymus that produce those T cells in the immune system. There we go, supporting that immune system again. The second way is to reduce your stress. Talked about this before, but it's so key. Chronic stress lengthens the amount of time the food stays in the stomach. When we're in fight or flight, when we're under stress, our digestive system really kind of stops working. And we don't want that. It can also lead to issues like IBS, inflammation, ulcers. Do yourself a favor and remove some of the stressors in your life and start incorporating more stress relieving activities like yoga, meditation, reading, listening to music, and prayer. Go to my website, get the free 14 days of self-care to kind of help you get started. Then drink sufficient water. Too little water on a daily basis can lead to constipation. Drinking adequate water, half your body weight in ounces, usually not more than 100 ounces, can really help food pass through the intestines more easily. And some find it more beneficial to drink their water apart from their mealtime, so in between. Next, include a variety of plants in your diet. Help diversify your gut microbiome with things like leafy greens, tomatoes, peppers, carrots, ginger, sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds, and more. And next, eat enough fiber. Foods that are rich in fiber can help things move along in the intestines. And there are two main types of fiber you need to be aware of. There's soluble fiber and insoluble. The insoluble fiber, it helps attract water to your stool, and it makes it softer and easier to eliminate. The soluble fiber creates a gel in your system, which is said to prolong the stomach emptying and allow better nutrient absorption. Too much fiber can cause constipation and bloating, especially if you start to do it quickly. So increase your intake gradually and be sure to drink plenty of water. And then next, get moving. Exercise is a great way to get the blood pumping and oxygen flowing to your organs. It gets the muscles in your GI tracts flexing too. It even has a direct correlation to maintaining a healthy gut microbiome and immune system. I find that a simple walk after a meal really helps my system, and it helps the food to digest better. Next, stop smoking and drink less alcohol. Smokers do tend to have heartburn and peptic ulcers. They also are at an increased risk of Crohn's disease, gallstones, liver disease, and cancers associated with digestive organs. Alcohol can decrease the gut's ability to absorb your nutrients, and it reduces digestive enzymes in the digestive tract, and it can have an inflammatory effect on the intestines. If you need assistance with stopping smoking or alcohol, please work with a professional to get the help that you need. Please reach out for that help. And then add in berries and green tea. Berries are so rich in polyphenols, which promote good bacteria growth in your gut, and they limit harmful bacteria. The high antioxidant content of berries can also alleviate inflammation in the body. Green tea also contains antioxidants, including polyphenols, and it's been shown to have anti-inflammatory, detoxifying, and immune stimulating effects. Next, try warm foods instead of cold. We've learned that cold foods can take a while to break down and digest. Warm foods allow for easier digestion and fluidity within your digestive tract. And then finally, most of us have to implement quality supplements. So consider taking a probiotic, prebiotics, and even other gut supporting supplements. Young Living has plenty to offer in this department. I mean, we have Life 9, which is a highly potent probiotic with 17 billion live cultures from 9 beneficial bacterial strands that support a healthy immune system, maintains optimal metabolism, and it promotes normal intestinal function. One of my favorites is Mighty Pro. It's just a great tasting blend of prebiotics and probiotics. And it features over 8 billion active live cultures specifically formulated to support gastrointestinal digestion and immune health. And some other favorites would include Nixia Red. Of course, you're getting a liquid or pureed food packed with berries and antioxidants, easy to digest. ICP Daily contains 6 grams of plant-based prebiotics and 5 grams of soluble fiber, and Juva Power, which supports healthy liver function. You can even try some of the oils in our Vitality line. Remember, the Vitality line are those that can be taken internally that support your digestive system, such as Digest, Phenol, or Ginger Vitality oils. And you can just simply add some of these to your drink or in an empty vegetable capsule and take it with your food or drink. It's just real simple. I do want to discuss with you a couple of more supplements that are my favorite, because when we talk about supplements, we want to look at what you want to have in your routine. So let's talk about one that's gentle yet effective for the digestive system. One of my favorites, Comfortone. It's a combination of herbs and essential oils that helps eliminate residue from the colon and enhance its natural ability to function optimally. You want to keep that peristalsis muscle working. You don't want to replace it. So Comfortone supports normal peristalsis, which is that wave-like contractions that move the food through the intestines. This is not your grandma's laxative, what I remember growing up. It works to really support normal peristalsis. So the system continues to work as it was designed. It contains Cascara sagrada, which is a botanical native to the Pacific Northwest that can aid the body's natural cleansing system. It also contains psyllium seed, which is an excellent form of naturally occurring fiber. And you'll find bentonite and diatomaceous earth. Go look those up. You'll be amazing how wonderful they are in cleaning your system. These key components combine with ginger and tarragon, premium essential oils, and they provide a natural method to assist your body's digestive process. Just need to take 1 capsule 3 times a day. Make sure you're drinking at least 64 ounces of distilled water throughout the day to get the best results by using that. Now, the other supplement I really want to stress today is enzymes, because enzymes are needed for every chemical reaction that occurs in your human body. I mean, helps control blood sugar levels, to build your bone and cartilage, to break down hormones, to utilize vitamins and minerals, everything. And our body produces them, but sometimes we run so very low, and the older that we get, the less we have. Then we have things like a poor diet, medication, exposure to toxins, cooked, packaged, processed foods. All of these are enzyme depleted. It was designed so that when you ate fresh food and locally grown food, you would get natural enzymes, but even our food isn't grown in a way that we're getting the maximum amount of enzymes to these days. So it's not always feasible, or we're not always able to eat the kinds of foods the fresh or the fermented foods that we need. So supplementation is a really good choice here. And Young Living has several enzymes to choose from. I mean, there's Allerzyme, there's Detoxzyme, there's Essential Zyme, but Essential Zymes 4 is one of my favorites, and it's one that I use to help get my digestive system back on track. It aids in digestion because it has a dual enzyme capsule that's infused with ginger and phenol and tarragon and anise premium essential oils. And these capsules are time released. They use a time release technology. The plant-based enzymes are designed to release immediately when they enter the stomach, where the environment is conducive to the digestion of plant material. And then the animal-based enzymes are designed to target slow release in the lower intestine region, where the environment is better suited for the digestion of your animal fats and proteins. So in combination, these two capsules aid in the digestion of your dietary fats, your proteins, your fiber, your carbohydrates for optimal nutrient absorption. And that is exactly what we want. So you take the two capsules, which is really a dual dose blister packet, a couple of times a day, mainly with your largest meals, or when you know you're going to have one of those meals, it's really you're going to feel stuffed afterward. It's just really great for that. Your body is an amazing web of intricate systems, all working together for one goal: to keep you alive, keep you well, keep you feeling amazing. And if you want healthy hair, all over feeling great, so important that you get this digestive system what it needs, that you really work so that digestive system is working the way that it's intended. I mentioned two main supplements from Young Living, plus a few other things that make it a lot simpler to support this system. So let me just tell you just the most cost-effective way to get them, okay? It's really, really easy, just 3 steps to order. You can just basically go to my website, naturallynozella.com, hit shop, or go to youngliving.com, hit shop, add the purchases you want, or you can click on subscription if you want to get something 1 month, 2 months, or 3 months out, because you really are working on this system over time to help it. You create an account. It's so simple. Enter your enroller or whoever referred you. That'll bless the person that talked to you about this class. And you know what? If you really want to avoid paying full price, you can unlock the 24% discount in 2 simple ways. If you order 100 product value more on your first order, you unlock the 24% discount for the entire year. Or you can put one item, just one item, any cost, on our subscribe and save, which means that you request to have it come once, every first month, every second month, or every third month. And by doing that, with any product that we have, you unlock that 24% discount for the year. It is so simple. And then there's also, I have to tell you, there's a way for you to get even more gifts, more points. If you're on subscribe and save and you have at least 50 product value once a month, you're going to immediately get 10% back in loyalty points. It's almost like $10 cash you can use on any other product that you buy in several months. Say you do that consecutively for 3 months, you suddenly are going to get 20% back. If you do it for 2 years, you're going to get 25% back. I mean, you just can't beat that. And there's all the freebies that you get when you order. It's a very generous company. I am going to tell you just the easiest way for you to get what you need. I have a link here that has all the products that we've talked about today. I want to thank you so much for setting aside time to be with me as we talk about the digestive system. It is so important. As I said, 2/3 of your immune system is in your digestive system. So you really want to support it. I'm here to support you. Our community is here to support you. So I invite you to join our community. Put in the chat or put in the comments if you'd like to get a free resource guide on what we talked about today. I would love to get that to you. And if you need assistance in ordering what you want, just let me know. Please go to my website, and there's so many resources there. And also, if you would like to do a wellness scan because you're just still not sure what your body needs, click on scan. for a limited time only, I have these wellness assessment scans that are so helpful in moving you forward towards your wellness goals. I just want to thank you again for being with me today.